If you own a Pallas cat, these mistakes could be deadly. They look like the grumpiest, fluffiest little cats on the planet. Round faces, tiny ears, eyes that seem permanently annoyed at the world. But behind that adorable face is a wild animal so misunderstood, so fragile in captivity, that even experienced keepers make deadly mistakes without realizing it. Vets around the world are now sounding the alarm. Because if you ever find yourself near, around, or responsible for a Pallas cat, what you don't know could quietly kill it. And the scariest part? This animal hides pain better than almost any other cat on Earth. By the time something looks wrong, it's often already too late. Stay with me, because some of these mistakes are happening in sanctuaries right now. Why the Pallas cat is so different. Most people see the Pallas cat on social media and instantly fall in love. That stocky body, that thick fur, those flat little ears tucked against the skull. It looks like a living plush toy. But this animal evolved in some of the harshest environments on the planet. The freezing steppes and rocky cliffs of Central Asia, where temperatures drop far below zero and prey is scarce. It is not a pet. It is not a big house cat. It is a true wild predator with instincts shaped by thousands of years of survival. And in captivity, every one of those instincts becomes a vulnerability. What works for a tabby at home can become a death sentence for a Pallas cat. That's where things start to get serious. 1. Hidden illness. The silent killer. Pallas cats are masters at hiding weakness. In the wild, showing pain means becoming prey, so their instinct is to act completely normal even when something is terribly wrong inside. Dehydration, kidney strain, dental pain, stress ulcers, respiratory infections. These can all develop quietly while the animal still appears alert. By the time a keeper notices lethargy or reduced appetite, the illness is often advanced. This is why daily observation, weight tracking, hydration checks, and routine vet exams are non-negotiable. What looks like a mildly grumpy face could be a cat in serious discomfort. And this is just the beginning of how easily people misread this species. 2. The litter and elimination trap. Here's something most people never think about. A Pallas cat absolutely refuses to use a dirty, cramped, or exposed elimination area. In the wild, they choose discreet, quiet, safe spots to relieve themselves, away from where they eat or sleep. In captivity, if their litter zone is small, smelly, too public, or shared with feeding areas, they may hold urine for dangerous periods of time. That alone can trigger urinary blockages, bladder inflammation, and stress-related illness. They need clean, separate, quiet zones with fresh substrate, ideally multiple locations. Treat their elimination setup like a wild animal's bathroom, not a house cat's plastic tray. This single mistake is more common than you'd ever guess. 3. The water placement mistake. This one surprises almost everyone. Pallas cats often refuse to drink water placed near their food. Why? Because in the wild, water sitting close to prey remains, or carcasses is usually contaminated, and their instincts scream at them to stay away. So when keepers put a water bowl right next to a feeding dish, the cat may quietly avoid drinking altogether. Over weeks, this leads to chronic dehydration, which silently damages the kidneys. Vets now recommend multiple water stations spread throughout the enclosure, fresh daily, and even moving water if possible. A small fountain can make a massive difference. Hydration in this species isn't a preference, it's survival. 4. Boredom is a real threat. People assume a quiet cat is a happy cat. With Pallas cats, the opposite is true. These animals are wired to patrol, stalk, climb across rocky terrain, peek out of burrows, and watch the world from elevated lookouts. Take that away, and their minds start to break down. Without enrichment, you'll see pacing, repetitive movements, over-grooming until the fur thins out, sudden aggression, or deep depression where the cat just shuts down. Puzzle feeders, scent trails, hidden food, climbing platforms, and quiet hiding zones aren't luxuries. They're medicine. A bored Pallas cat is a sick Pallas cat, even if every blood test comes back normal. 5. Everyday household chemicals could kill them. This is where things get really alarming. Essential oil diffusers, scented candles, plug-in air fresheners, harsh cleaning sprays, even certain laundry detergents. All of these can be toxic to Pallas cats. Their respiratory systems and livers are extremely sensitive to airborne chemicals. Worse, residues left on surfaces transfer to their paws and fur, and they ingest those toxins while grooming. Signs of poisoning include drooling, vomiting, lethargy, tremors, and breathing trouble. By the time symptoms show, organ damage may already be underway. Anyone caring for a Pallas cat needs a chemical-free environment, plain and simple. What smells pleasant to us can be deadly to them. 6. Uncontrolled reproduction is a welfare disaster. In licensed sanctuaries and zoos, breeding decisions are handled by professionals for very serious reasons. Letting Pallas cats reproduce without oversight causes hormonal stress, territorial aggression, fighting, injury, and sometimes the death of kittens. Females can be pushed into back-to-back pregnancies that drain their bodies. Males can become dangerously aggressive. Without proper genetics tracking, inbreeding becomes a real risk. Responsible reproductive management isn't cruel, it's the only ethical path. Anyone treating a Pallas cat like a backyard breeder project is causing harm they may never even see. 7. Flat. Empty enclosures are a slow death. Pallas cats evolved in vertical, rocky, complex landscapes. They climb cliffs, hide in crevices, perch on ledges, and slip into burrows. Drop one into a flat, open enclosure, and you're essentially trapping a mountain animal in a parking lot. Without elevation, hiding spots, covered dens, and varied terrain, stress builds rapidly. You may notice constant pacing, fur loss, refusal to eat, or a cat that simply hides in one corner and never comes out. Good enclosures mimic the wild, layered rocks, multiple shelters, climbing structures, shallow dishes, scratching surfaces, and quiet escape zones. Anything less is psychological torture, even if it looks clean and bright. 8. Diet mistakes that build up silently. Most owners never expect this one. Pallas cats have incredibly specific dietary needs, and small mistakes pile up over time. Overfeeding leads to obesity, which they hide under all that thick fur. Too many treats throw off mineral balance. Soft-only diets ruin dental health, leading to painful infections that go unnoticed for months. Skipped variety causes nutritional deficiencies. And ignored dental care? That's a slow disaster. Compare them to a domestic cat, which is forgiving with food, and you'll see the difference. A Pallas cat eating the wrong way for even 6 months can develop kidney issues that shave years off its life. Diet isn't just fuel, it's preventive medicine. 9. Cold adapted, but not invincible. People assume that because Pallas cats live in freezing steppes, they can handle anything. That's only half true. In the wild, they choose when to seek shelter, when to burrow, when to come out. In captivity, if they're forced into damp, drafty, or unpredictable conditions without proper retreat options, their immune systems crash. Respiratory infections are one of the leading killers of captive Pallas cats. Toxoplasmosis is another massive threat, their immune systems never evolved to handle it. Stable temperature, dry shelter, clean air, and minimal pathogen exposure are essential. This isn't a cat you can leave in a barn and hope for the best. 10. Routine matters more than you think. Here's something keepers learn the hard way. Pallas cats thrive on predictability. Feeding times, cleaning schedules, even the sounds around their enclosure should stay consistent. Sudden changes, loud noises, new people, rearranged dens, or chaotic visitor patterns can trigger stress responses that suppress the immune system. You might not see it externally, but internally, cortisol surges, digestion slows, and the body becomes vulnerable to infection. Compare this to a domestic cat that adapts to chaos over time. A Pallas cat does not adapt the same way. Quiet, predictable, naturalistic routines are the foundation of survival in captivity. 11. Everyday objects that become hazards. This section honestly shocks people. Collars with bells, plastic bags, loose strings, small rubber items, toxic houseplants like lilies, certain wood treatments, even some types of flea medication can seriously injure or kill a Pallas cat. Their curiosity and instinct to investigate small movements puts them at constant risk. Flea treatments designed for domestic cats can be especially dangerous. Some contain ingredients that wild felines metabolize poorly, leading to seizures or death. Anyone caring for one needs a wildlife-experienced vet, not a general clinic. The wrong dose of the wrong product can be fatal in hours. 12. Stress signals. People completely miss. This is where caretakers fail most often. A Pallas cat showing stress doesn't act like a stressed dog or a frightened domestic cat. It might freeze. It might hide for days. It might overgroom one specific spot until the skin is raw. It might develop sudden aggression toward food or caretakers. It might pace in tight circles. These aren't quirks, they're cries for help. Ignoring them, or worse, punishing them, accelerates decline. Real care means watching for the smallest behavior changes and responding by improving the environment, not by forcing interaction. With this species, less human contact is often more love. 13. The laser play mistake. A lot of well-meaning keepers use laser pointers thinking they're providing exercise. But here's the problem. Pallas cats are predators wired for the full hunt sequence: stalk, chase, pounce, catch, kill, eat. A laser never produces a catch. The hunt never completes. Over time, this creates intense frustration, anxiety, and even compulsive behaviors. Replace the laser with feather toys, scent trails, and food puzzles where the cat actually gets a reward at the end. The instinct must be satisfied, not teased. This is one of the most overlooked enrichment mistakes in the entire field of wildcat care. 14. Light cycles and the invisible stress. Most people would never connect lighting to a wildcat's health, but it matters enormously. Pallas cats evolved under natural day-night cycles in open landscapes. Constant artificial light, irregular dark periods, or bright lights at night disrupt their hormones, sleep patterns, and immune function. In facilities where lights stay on too long or flicker erratically, you see more illness, more stress, and shorter lifespans. Natural light cycles, dim evenings, and proper darkness at night aren't optional extras, they're biological needs. This single environmental fix has saved more than a few captive Pallas cats from chronic decline. 15. The biggest truth of all. They are not pets. Here's the message every vet wants people to hear loud and clear. A Pallas cat is not a domestic pet. It cannot be tamed into one. It cannot be loved into one. It cannot be trained into one. In captivity, its survival depends entirely on expert care, proper habitat design, enrichment that mirrors the wild, and absolute respect for its nature. They don't want to cuddle. They don't want to be held. They want space, quiet, terrain, and the freedom to behave like the wild predators they are. Anyone who treats them otherwise isn't loving them. They're slowly harming them. The Pallas cat is one of the most remarkable, mysterious, and misunderstood felines on Earth. Built for cliffs and freezing winds, wired for solitude, and beautiful in a way that makes the whole world fall in love. But that beauty hides a fragile, complex animal that depends on us to get every detail right. Hydration, enrichment, diet, environment, even the air it breathes. Every choice matters. So now I want to hear from you. Which of these mistakes shocked you the most? Did you ever realize how delicate this wild little cat really is? Could you handle the responsibility of caring for an animal like this, knowing one small mistake could cost everything? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you learned something today, share this video with someone who loves wildlife. Because the more people understand the truth about the Pallas cat, the better chance this incredible species has at surviving the future.